I am having an issue is trying to play the little intro and I'm not seeing it. So that's really bothersome. And now I can hear it myself. So we will just stop all of that. I hope everyone is having a good day. I was considering doing, because I know last night Ash came on like at the ninth hour to give an update. I was considering doing that today, but I did not have time to be able to clip that out because I was busy doing other things. So I'm just going ahead and doing what I said I would do yesterday. Hey there, Sam. And that is to share with you guys some bomb party. It used to be ring bomb party, but they rebranded to bomb party. And this is an MLM where you host an online party and then you put these little kind of like I guess little bars. Yep, I went live until 2 a.m. Good gravy. Yeah, I was fast asleep with that crap. But I am going to look at it. I mean, I did watch it like, at double time, but I was like doing other things too. So I would like to watch that with you guys. But I just, don't have all that time today to do all of that. Um, so anyway, you get these rings, or there's also other jewelry, but they will fizz out these rings for you in these live events. You don't get to fizz it out yourself. No, 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 no. You watch the hostess do it, and then they hold it up to the camera and they ooh and ah about it. Now, last Friday, I believe that's when I shared with you like the Auntie Hun, and she is a bomb party hostess. And to me, she was just precious and she was just having a good old time. She really didn't seem like she was like all into recruiting and stuff. I don't think I've ever heard her mention anything about that. So today we're kind of juxtaposing that with someone who is in it to recruit it. Hey there, Michelle. How are you doing? From Abel, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, but you're from South Australia. How fantastic is that? One of my dearest friends is from Australia. And hi there, Sober Dragon. Hope you are doing well. So today we are going to check out this training. Let me bring it up for you. I did find out through the grapevine some interesting dirt on Igor E. Alberts. And if you've been following me, you may have seen the video that I did about Igor. I always want to say Igor. The video that I did about him. And I did a follow-up not too long ago, a few months ago or something. But he was pictured with this pretty blonde gal and she's pregnant. It's like, he always impregnates these beautiful women. Well, I found out that the pregnant woman that I saw him with, and then there was some kind of like picture that I also saw where it's like, they were just married. So I don't know if they're married or not, but he be the baby daddy and that lady, she be the nanny that Andrea, his wife that he had for a number of years. So basically, he cheated on Andrea with the nanny, which I find is very, very poor taste. And so I just thought that was really interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started.
We do have a special guest tonight. Her name is Miss Jenny. She is amazing, and I cannot wait for you guys to meet her. Recruiting tips. I think some of the top questions that I get, any of the leaders get within Bomb Party is how do I recruit? How do I build my team? Because everybody knows, as we talked about earlier, how we make money. Those big checks come from your residual income from your team. And there's no shame in that.
So I just want to point it out. That's real obvious right there that, what, if you're going to make money in Bomb Party, then you got to recruit. Otherwise, honey, forget it. So, she literally just said that, which, I mean, that's something that those of us who do this type of content, talk about all the time. And I'm sure you good people, if you watch a lot of this type of content, you're fully aware of that. I just always find it very interesting when they come out and basically say, you got to recruit without saying you got to recruit,
Game, realtors do it, corporations do it. It's
okay. So we're now comparing ourselves, like we're recruiting, comparing ourselves to corporations. It's not the same, honey bunny. It's not the same.
The best way to take care of yourself and your family and achieve your dreams. But with Bomb Party or with any other network marketing company, you guys are the owners. You're not working for someone else to go on vacation.
Oh my God. She said, you're the owners. Well, yeah, they always do tell you you have your own business. You're an independent contractor, sweet pea. You get a 1099 from Bomb Party if you make at least $600 or more. That's what you are. You're not an actual business owner. You don't own part of Bomb Party at all. You're just shilling what everybody else who's a part of Bomb Party is shilling. But okay, I mean, they always say you have your own business. You don't. It is not your own damn business.
You're not working for someone else to send their kid to private school. You're working so you can go on vacation with your family. So you can send your kids to private school. So you can buy your kid braces, or so you can pay off your credit card bills or pay off a medical bill, or so you can go buy Starbucks every day if you want to without feeling shame about it or without checking your account first. Okay. But recruiting.
Since when did it become shameful to go to Starbucks every day? Like people just shouldn't be doing that? And people have to be going around checking their accounts? That just seemed a little bit creepy to me. And good golly, we're not even 2 minutes into this, and I've already had so much to say. So this will be fun.
One of the top questions that I get, and so I reached out to some of our top recruiters on the team, and they gave me this, okay? Be honest about the workload. You guys, if you are reaching out to people and you're telling them, oh, it's so easy, it's not. Don't be lying to them. Because when they come in and they're thinking they're driving through McDonald's and they're not, they're going to be very upset with you. And then they're not going to work their business. And then all of that time and effort you spent training them, recruiting them, whatever, is just wasted. So be honest about it. What we do is not easy. You do have to work, but it's simple. I mean, it is simple. It's simple. You have a device.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. And this is something I think I've heard every MLM that I've covered say. It's not easy, but it's simple. So, I mean, if it's simple, then something to me that should be pretty easy to do if it's just so simple. But the thing is, nobody wants to join your team. I mean, it's really, really hard to recruit. I did work on editing the Beachbody video that I have coming out that shows about rank advancement, which goes right into this of how hard it is to recruit people so that people can advance to a rank where they would be making enough money to be earning a living. Because you know what? In MLM, you work and work and work yourself to death. And the people who are benefiting are the ones at the tippy, 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 tippy top. It's not the people at the bottom. And anybody coming in right now, you're at the bottom of Bomb Party. And you got to claw your way through this gigantic maze of people. It's next to impossible.
Go live, you sell jewelry, you have a ring light, package it, ship it out. Pretty simple, right? But it's not easy because you need to have consistency. You need to show up. You have to have good customer service. You have to present yourself well. You have to build your community. So just remember that you don't have to get into the nitty gritty of, but you need to be honest and say, it's simple, but it's not easy.
Well, you know, these ladies that are hosting these Bomb Parties, I mean, you know what? You have got to be an entertainer. And you've got to have other trinkets that you give people as well as just like little add-on things. Because they're all looking at like, what else can I get? Who should I get something from that's going to give me more? for this, bomb party experience thing online. Kind of a weird thing to me.
You're gonna have to work. You have to be consistent. You have to go live to sell. You have to reinvest your inventory and build your business. It takes time, but you can do it, but you have to be consistent, and I can help you. The next thing is to tell your story or to tell your why. If you've been involved with another direct sales company before, you have heard the why. It's that thing that makes you cry when you think about your hopes and dreams and why you want to make more money, why you started this company, whether it be because you wanted a community, whether it be you are a mom and you just need an outlet. Dear sweet baby Jesus, I deal with kids and my husband all day. I need a group of women in my life, and this is what it is. Or it's financial. You need to make a few extra $100 to pay bills, or more than that.
As long as I have been covering MLMs, I'm really coming to believe that the thing that keeps people around so much is that community, that sense of like, oh, we're all doing the same thing. We're one great big huge happy family. I mean, On Passive is a great example of that. I mean, working on 5 years and still no product for anybody to sell, but there's a lot of webinars for people to attend. So I'm really thinking that, it feels good to be around other people where you all feel like you are on the same path, but it's also an illusion because those people do not stick around once you're going like, man, this is just not working out for me. And the people at the top, they're so quick to judge people who are starting at the bottom, starting somewhere where they did not. Because typically people who are at the top, they get little plum spots. They're planted there with a ready-made downline, and they bring over anybody else that they know. But when you're just, Cindy Sue from Little Town, USA, and you're like, okay, I want to do this because I want to make a couple $100. Well, then you find out how very hard it is to do that and how hard it is to recruit people, especially if you do live in a small town and then that small town gets saturated with people in the same MLM. That makes it even harder because now you're going out to all the people in the cold market on social media and you're trying to recruit that way. Not an easy thing to do.
Nah. You are so sick and tired of someone else raising your kids. You want to be home with your kids. You are sick and tired of missing out on awards assemblies. You are sick and tired of missing out on sports events. You want to be present for your kids. Say you're a teacher. You're there for everyone else's kids, but you're not there for your own. Maybe you feel like it's time you're there for your own kids now. Tell your why, tell your story. And personally, I think it's best if you're genuine, and it might even be good for you to write it out. So you have your story as concise as possible, because sometimes if we tell our story and we go back and we're going all down the rabbit hole, it can be an hour long. Your story needs to be like 3 minutes tops. And then once you're talking to people one-on-one and they ask you questions, then you can kind of delve into that. But your why, your story should be short and sweet, but meaningful. You have to have it give a punch so it touches the gut and gets people to realize that, man, I want that for myself too. Or I have this goal or dream I really want. Can I do this? And then your
and that's the whole thing with the telling of your story. Like that's going to be compelling for people to join you, but they still keep teaching this stuff, And again, as someone brand new to it, you're trying to figure all this crap out. Your story is not going to be near as compelling as somebody else's that's been doing it for a long time and they've already got a good presence online or being in front of a camera because they're on stage and whatnot. And now you're trying to do it and you are not having success yourself. You're not like, making money or anything, but you're trying to somehow convince people to sign up with you. And that's where the whole fake it till you make it kind of comes in, which is ever so cringy.
Job is to say, yes, you can do it, and I'll help you. Follow up. If you are not following up with people, goes kind of hand in hand with what Jenny was saying. you've got to be following up with people. And don't think that you're being pushy. You are being professional. Okay. Like she was talking about the restaurant. They come up and they say, do you want something else to drink? You're not going to get mad at them if they're asking if you want something to drink. Maybe you do. Or maybe you don't like what you had. The Dr. Pepper was flat, so you asked them for Coke instead. But if they never came and checked in on you, then you would know. Until you get a no from somebody, and even a no is a maybe, but until you get a flat out like, no, do not contact me ever again, continue to follow up with them. Your job is to figure out what funnel they belong.
And I will say, even if you do tell people flat out no, they'll still keep following up. I know Ray Higdon was like, you know what, I'll follow up with somebody until they're dead. And that's like something that he teaches. So that's out there in the, world of multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever the heck you want to call it.
Are they going to be a new downline for you? Are they going to be a referrer for you? Someone that's going to refer their friends and family to be a downline or a customer, or are they going to be a customer? There is never a no, they're nothing. So don't be afraid of a no, because a no just means no, not that. But maybe a no means, no, I don't want to join your team, but yes, I want to be a customer. Or no, I don't want to join your team and I'm not really interested in being a customer, but I do know some people that love jewelry. I do know some people that would love an opportunity like this. Let me get you their information. Okay. There's always a yes at the end of a no. So don't be scared of the no. It's not really a no. All right. Also, do not give them too much information. When you're giving people too much information, the second bullet there is you're creating more questions. The more questions you create, the less likely they are to join, because they're going to start thinking about it too much. Ask their friend who says it's,
oh gosh, let's not have anybody think about it before they join, or ask their family or friends, or do their own independent research. Wouldn't want that. No, no, no. We just want to get it while they're hot and just get them to say yes right away. Don't want them asking any questions. No, wouldn't want that. My gosh, that should be an enormous red flag if you are being pressured just to join without really knowing what you're joining, without the ability to go talk to family and friends, without the ability to go and do your own independent research. If somebody is trying to dissuade you from that, run, because that's when you should be able to look up everything before you join any opportunity. I don't care what it is. You should have a cooling off period. You should have a time to be able to think about it, to be able to look into it, to look at the pros and cons, to look at everything yourself so that you can actually make an informed decision. But she doesn't want people making an informed decision. No, 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 no. She just wants people to decide right away without knowing too much, because you don't want to give them a lot of information. And that really angers me.
it's all a pyramid scheme, or go talk to their husband who starts asking even more questions. It needs just to be simple and sweet. Don't create more questions and don't give them too much information. Okay. Because Bomb Party, we have a lot of info with what we do, but they don't need all that right now. And they really don't need it all in their first month after joining either. They just need to know what they need to do to go live and get their sales and start working their business. That's it. That's all they need to know. I also want to.
I'm really hoping that the FTC, during their reexamination of the business opportunity rule, if you're not familiar, that is what's going on right now. Initially, MLMs were excluded from the business opportunity rule because the industry itself had basically form letters of everybody writing in and saying why MLM should be excluded. I'm really hoping that they are going to be inclusive, and that way people would have more information in front of them before they said yes to this jank. Because this whole thing about, good Lord, don't create too many questions and don't give them too much information. You need to give them information about what they're getting into and how it works, and let them, do their own independent research. And if people start saying, isn't that a pyramid scheme? Then you should pay attention to that. That should be like, oh, wow, I hadn't thought of that, because she's going to say, oh, no, 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 those are illegal. I would not be involved in a pyramid scheme. Oh, nothing like that. We have a product. So you see, we're not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes don't have a product. Do not buy that horse shit. This is just a product-based pyramid scheme, in my opinion.
You make sure that you know that just because they're a family member or a friend of yours doesn't mean you need to share more with them. Family and friends are actually the people you should be sharing even less
Oh my
with,
God.
because there's already that emotional tie. If they reject
Oh
you,
my God. Share less with the people who are the closest to you. Do you guys not see that as problematic? Holy crap. Don't let the people that love you the most and that you love the most really know what they're getting involved in. Keep them in the dark. Yeah, that's a great plan.
it's going to hurt worse. You know what I'm saying? You need to tell them less if you want them to join. Otherwise, you're going to give them too much information. They're going to be like, never mind, it's too much. Also, ask about their why. You've shared your why. They connect with you in some way. Maybe their story isn't exactly like yours, but they connect with you in some way. Maybe they're also a mom, or maybe they're an army wife, or maybe they have a medical condition and they are struggling with going to work every day.
Oh gosh. Okay. So army wife, or they have a medical condition. So let's pray on the army wives, and let's pray on anybody. Cause like I would be one, like with my chronic pain in my back. Let's pray on people who have some sort of condition that is impeding their life in some way. And let's rope them into being part of an MLM. Oh my gosh, that is such a brilliant idea. That is so completely disgusting. And you see that happen all the time. And we saw with on passive, that woman recruited someone who was homeless, gave him, a founder's position. It's like, oh my gosh, you're going after the most vulnerable people. That is disgusting.
If they have a job where they're standing a lot or something like that, there's all these different whys that people have. There's a reason why they connect with you. So you need to ask them what their why is. So when you go back to do that follow-up, you know what to talk about if they are still apprehensive. You know to say, you told me last time we talked that you really, really, really want to be there for your kids, and you're so sick and tired of having to worry about vacation days, and you're so sick and tired of your kid gets sick and you've got to rush around and find somebody to watch them because you're out of sick days and your boss is going to fire you if you don't show up. Like, you're so sick of that, not being able to take care of your own family. You have to remind them of the pain almost of why they want to do it sometimes. So if you don't
Okay, joining an MLM, you're not going to be able to take care of your family. Stick with your job. Do not join an MLM. I mean, that is absolute crazy talk. Because, this little chick that's talking, what do you think she's bringing in? I don't think she's bringing in all that much based on what I know about her, where I got this video from. So she's definitely faking it till she makes it. And I don't think she is going to make it. I mean, sad, but that's the case with most people.
know their why, then you don't know their pain points, and you don't know how to present a
Hey,
solution
Scam Cham.
for them, whether it be social, financial, personal. If you don't know, you can't help them. So you need to ask about their why.
Can I add something to that?
Go ahead.
So for recruiting, ask them, how would it look for you to be able to be there for your kids when they're sick?
Oh gosh.
How would it look? And have them play a little bit of that dreaming on their own. Because
Yeah, use that mom guilt to get women to think about what that would be like. That's a really great thing to do, is make people feel guilty that they're not there for their child when their child is sick, because they're out there earning an income so they can feed their child and clothe their child and provide for their child in other ways, that they're not there when the child is sick. Oh my God. I mean, you guys are so completely cringe.
you're not talking, you're listening, but they're building that story and they're talking about how much it'll help them, benefit them. You just take notes. So that when you do follow up with them, say, how's that working out for you?
That's another good one. I'm reading this book. Hold on. I'm reading this book right now. It's called Get Over Your Damn Self. I'll post it on the team. It's really good. And she talks about all these things. But one of the things she says one of the things I'm working on, y'all know me, I can talk a lot, is listening more. And then it reminded me of, I don't know if y'all have ever watched Hamilton, the musical, but talk less, smile more. So just listen. And y'all, I know y'all have heard that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, all those things. If that's something that you struggle with, talking too much, giving them too much information, whenever you have your notes out, maybe you might want to draw an ear on there. Or you might draw a smiley face with eyes and an X over the mouth. Whatever you need to do to remind yourself to shut up and let them talk, so you can listen and hear their pain points and hear why they want to join. So if they're convincing themselves, basically. You're not having to convince them. That's not your job anyway. If you're having to convince somebody to join, then they're probably not going to be a great recruit for you, because they don't have the pain point enough to want to do it for themselves. And if they don't want to do it for themselves, you cannot do it for them. We're not babysitters. So letting them talk and letting them tell their own story, exactly what Jenny just said, that is 100% the best way to go about it. Jenny, I don't know if
The best way to go about it is to guilt moms into joining an MLM. That's the best thing you can do, guys. Doesn't that sound like a great plan? I mean, yeah, that is totally doable. And I do like what Scam Chan said is a person making millions doesn't have time to beg people to join them. And that is very true. I mean, anybody who was out there really recruiting like this, they're not doing that well in an MLM. They don't have a large team. They're desperately trying to build something, and it is so darn hard. Again, like with running the numbers for the recognition for Beachbody, putting that together, it is so evident of how few people are able to rank advance it. Even if you rank advance in any MLM, the ability to actually hold onto that rank, because people drop out all the live long, you're not going to be able to hold that rank. So it is a constant, just you're on a hamster wheel going nowhere really fast, and keeping believing that, just have the positive mindset is somehow going to, work. And that's going to be the thing that gets you to where you want to be. But
y'all get this a lot too, but a lot of it's trolls on Facebook and TikTok, but everyone sees MLM and all they see is pyramid scheme. They don't understand the structure of what we do.
Oh my God, we don't understand the structure. I think we understand it much more than you. Again, you've got a product that they're shilling, and that is really what separates you between a pyramid scheme and not being a pyramid scheme, is you got a damn product. Everything, and you've already said it yourself, sister, that it all is based on recruitment. That if you want to make the big checks, you got to be recruiting. You've already said it. And guess what? Pyramid schemes rely on recruiting too. They just don't have the product. But just because you have a product, that doesn't mean like you are so innocent and everything is great and grand. It's not, because so few people are actually making money. And those at the top, they're making the money off of the backs of all the people that are underneath them, trying to desperately, recreate what they see people at the top doing. And they're just working themselves to death, basically. Oh my gosh, this is really annoying me.
I do.
And I'm sorry, you're going to hear Chalupa growling a little bit because he's very upset that Salsa has a toy and she dares to play with a toy.
Get that. And I tell them, look, corporate America is a structure, is a pyramid scheme.
Right.
You're working, you're going to work every day, 9 to 5 or whatever. Yes, they're giving you something, but you're underneath your manager. Your manager's underneath their manager. They're underneath the CEO.
Oh, get out of here, sister, please, for the love of God and all that is holy. And I'm an atheist, but I've got to say that anyway, is when they start doing the corporate structure and saying the corporate structure is actually a pyramid. No, it's not. You get a salary, or you may be hourly, however it is. Usually in a corporate structure, you're getting a salary. And then you get benefits and you get other things from having that job. And yes, you do have a manager. There's someone above you, but it's different because the money that you make is not flowing upward to the CEO. That's a big difference. But, oh my gosh, these people are just setting me free. and annoying me. Can you guys tell that I'm really annoyed by listening? Why did I do this? I know, because somebody told me to do it, and I believed them, and they knew that it was going to make me just go off, and so it is. And we're like, what? Not even 12 minutes into this, and I'm already just climbing the walls.
CEO, you're always making money for somebody else. You might as well make money for yourself. And then I also tell them, we're not a pyramid scheme. We're network marketing. We're not MLM, because we make money by just direct sales.
Oh, yes, we can just make money from the retail sales. Now, I did this on Beachbody, and I don't think I have it with me, but like how much Shakeology you would need to sell in order to make $50,000. Now, that doesn't include all of your expenses. So this whole concept that, like, you know what, we can just make, sales, and we can make money that way. But she already said it earlier that the way you make the big money is recruiting. So you can't have it both ways if you don't make your money from retail sales or recruiting. It's a combination of both of these things. No, it is based on the recruitment. That's really where the money is. And we know that. Good Lord. And you just don't see that yourselves. Chalupa, relax, child.
You can make more money by doing recruiting and stuff like that, but my paycheck does not depend on what my team is doing. I get bonuses, or I get extra for that if I can teach people what I can do. But doesn't a manager teach you what to do when you go to work for them? So just throw it like that.
Just explaining it like that, and don't get defensive about it either, because a lot of times when people say that, they already don't understand the whole concept anyway. And you're probably not going to convince, especially on social media. If they're coming into your live saying that, they're a troll pretty much. Or they've been burned before. That's another thing you're going to get. So there's going to be zero convincing them anyway.
Yeah. And the businesses are not what's not working. It's you.
Right.
Not working. So
I just love that when they do the blame game. And I guarantee both of these gals, neither one of them is making a lot of money, but they're doing a whole lot of huffing and puffing. Is that, well, those other people are just sour because they didn't make money. How much are you making? How much are you spending? Have you done a profit loss analysis or anything like that? Are you keeping track of anything? Or are you just like, because all I'm hearing is just the same crap that you hear from every other Hun in pick an MLM. It's the same shit that you're selling right here.
And we had a talk from our VP the other day, and she talked about the Super Bowl, or the teams that were getting into the Super Bowl. And she's like, hey, each one of those players, whether they made the team to go to the Super Bowl or they made the team that didn't make it to the Super Bowl, at the end, they both talked about how they're going to change things differently. Not a single one of them said, well, football isn't for me, I'm just going to quit. So pure romance isn't for me, I'm going to quit. No, you just didn't put the work in it. It might not be where you're at right now. The business works, the model works, but you have to work it.
100%. When I've had people come to me saying they're struggling, the first thing, and y'all will see in my hashtag review documents in the drive where you are reviewing your own page, or you're a leader and you're reviewing your downlines pages, one of the things you see is are you being consistent? Are you going live? Are you posting? Are you doing all the things that you've been taught to do? If not, that's why you're struggling.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, it's always just your fault. You're just not doing it the right way. Because if you do it the right way, obviously you would be doing a whole lot better. So I just looked this up, even though I've done a video deep dive on them before. I mean, because I don't remember all the stuff that I do from, all the different MLMs that I've covered. But selling bonuses. So customer sales profit, you can earn over 30% as a bomb party rep. You are able to purchase our products at their valuable price, their wholesale price. I'm sorry, my glasses are not that good right now. Wholesale price, and then sell them to your customers at a profit. Depending on the style and the collection, your customer sales will be 25 to 37.5%. There's no minimum wholesale purchase that you have to meet in order to receive this profit. Every party rep can earn this profit margin regardless of their title or experience. But that means you better be ordering a shit ton of these, bomb party crap that they sell. Personal sales commission. You will earn up to 10%. You will earn a personal sales commission on the commissionable value of your orders when you have at least 2,000 personal volume, it should be points, in a month. The percentage you earn is based on your total monthly personal volume. Now, I can't see all of this. Good gravy. And I also can't figure out where things are. Okay, so this is like the bonus that you're getting. So I'm trying to see where is how much. Oh, look, your first rank is topaz. Isn't that lovely? We're so cute that we're just using, gems to do this because we're bomb party. We're not ring bomb party. We're bomb party. And it looks like they have, okay, so they must be a binary chalupa. Goodness, he's very upset. He's very upset with salsa. Stop it, sweetheart. But what I'm trying to find is, what is their commission anyway? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you're earning 2% as a Topaz party consultant? Good Lord. Okay. This just looks like such an incredible ripoff to me. Is it just me? Is it just me? But, hi, Chalupa. You're fine. You're fine. I know she has a toy. I know. Okay, you're going to sit on top of me now?
You have to be consistent. You have to follow up. If you're not, then you're not going to succeed. And the only person you need to be mad at is not your leader. It is not the CEO of the company. It is the person that looks back at you in the mirror.
Maybe you should be angry at the way this entire thing is set up because it's set up for you to fail. Don't be angry at yourself that you're not able to make it in MLM because it's not set up for you to make it.
Me personally, I know I've told my story sometimes, you guys, but my family life has been crazy in these last 2 years. I have not been showing up for my business the way I know I need to, and it took a hit. Just quit? No, 100%, because I know what it takes and I know I can do it because I've done it before, but also because I have bigger goals than what I've even achieved before. It's in your hands. You're the one that has to make the decision, and you can't blame anybody else. Okay. And it's not the algorithm. The algorithm sucks sometimes, but it's not the algorithm's fault. Okay.
It's your fault.
You say MLM, people mention that. You might want to change that because MLMs do have such a negative connotation to them that you might want to change your phrasing to be network marketing or direct sales. Some places.
Okay, just changing your phrasing to direct sales or network marketing from multi-level marketing. Girl, we know it's all talking about the same thing. It doesn't matter how you change the verbiage. It's the same thing. No matter which way you slice that banana, it's still a banana.
Those still have negative connotations with them, but it's less likely you're going to get pushback when someone says it's an MLM, you say this is a network marketing and direct sales company. Then if you say yes, it's an MLM, and they're like, oh my God, it's another pyramid scheme. So just change your vocabulary and see if that helps you with some of that pushback.
I also tell people, I'm not a salesperson, I'm a share.
Oh, okay. Those are just making me so angry. This whole crap about changing your verbiage and you're going to get less pushback if you're like, no, we're direct sales and network marketing. Do you think everybody doesn't realize that it's the same as multi-level marketing? I mean, they're just synonymous. But okay. And now this chick is going to, give us some pearls of wisdom. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous.
Hair person. Like, if I were to get a new shampoo and love it, I'm going to talk about how much I love it with my people, right? Oh my.
Okay, please. Do you really go around all the time when you love something and start telling everybody about it? I mean, I don't. I've recommended to you guys like some shows to watch and stuff when something comes on, which today I watched the first 2 episodes of season 2 of Yellow Jackets. If you haven't watched Yellow Jackets, give it a go. It's really good. It's kind of creepy and weird. That's why I like it. But I mean, really, I don't go around all the time saying how fabulous everything is, even if I do really like something. I mean, occasionally, but I mean, I think that is just like such an overused ploy to say that, well, I'm just sharing. No, you're not sharing. You're selling. You're just saying that I'm not a salesperson, but that's what you are. You are a salesperson. The entire network is the sales force and the marketing force for that matter.
Oh my gosh, did you try this stuff? And that's all it is. So, and
Just like
you can
Apple.
do that when you go to Aldi or when you go to Walmart and promote them. Oh, I got it on Amazon, or I got it here. Why wouldn't you do it for your friends? Like, same concept. Like, if
No,
I'm
it's
going to
not.
talk about all the good stuff that I love, might as well earn some money off it. You're basically just an influencer at that point.
Oh, good
So I
Lord.
told you this before I even mentioned it tonight. What you don't have, if you don't talk or post about the opportunity. So if you're not giving them the opportunity, they're not going to take the opportunity that's not given to them. You have to talk about it. You have to talk about it. Some ideas that I have and some things that I know have worked for others. Daily stories. I'm going to skip to the bottom here. Don't be a car salesman. You need to be organic and natural in your conversations with people. You shouldn't be a robot. You shouldn't be repeating the same thing every time over and over again. You need to have it be
Like,
organic.
hang on, let's look at this first little thing that she has up here. As you have been told with sales, what you don't have, you can't sell. Okay, so people who sell, I'm just going to use oil field equipment, they don't have a use for it personally, but they're able to sell it. So that totally, just wipes away that. There's plenty of things that people are selling that they're not actually using themselves, but you don't see that. So this is just makes me think of, Ash using this with on passive of this is why you need to buy every product at every level when there is finally something that, they can sell, which they can't right now because there is nothing still. But this whole concept of it, that this goes into, just buy more of the ring bomb stuff so that you have it so you can sell it, which absolutely makes no sense. And one of the things that really irks me with direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it, is especially with like the health and wellness ones, you don't get samples. You're buying that crap yourself and you're saying it's a sample. It's not. The company doesn't give you jack. It's all on you because all you're the customer. They don't really care that you're not recruiting. As long as you keep buying, that's where they're making their money.
You're revealing a ring and you're sitting there like, this is so gorgeous. This is the hardest part. One of the hardest parts about my job is not just dumping all of my inventory in the jar and fizzing for myself. Like, it's the hardest part about my job. And that gives everyone's like, what do you mean? It's your job. Like, can I do this too? Mentioning anybody can do this. Like, I have my 10 and 11-year-old daughters come on and they literally could host a live themselves. They don't even need me. They can do it. You can do it. So stories in your social media platforms or those daily posts I think the stories show up in Instagram and Facebook. I don't think TikTok has stories, but they have like the now feature. So if you're taking a now picture, you might take a now picture of your setup or to show like how you're doing it. I'm literally in a corner in my bedroom right now. You don't have to have a room. You don't have to have an office. You have to have a phone and a jar and a personality. So things like that, just to get it out there. I've had people message me from my stories asking me about the opportunity. Talk about the freedom you have. Sometimes I'll post stories or reels with my son and I at the snow cone place in the middle of the day. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I was at a job in Dallas, and he was at daycare all day. I wouldn't be able to have those moments with him. But I can say, oh, let's run up and get snow cones real quick. Join the business, post in reels. If you're not doing those, you're hurting your business because, again, you're not talking about it. Now, your feed does not need to be join my business, join my business, join my business, join my business. And then at that point, they do feel like you're just being a sleazy car salesman. But you can post about everyone. So I'll post about like your rank ups, post about your team's rank ups, post about any successes you have within the company. It makes people realize that it's attainable and it is doable.
Yeah, it's not.
Talk about it in your lives too. I usually had always been trained beginning, middle, and end. So beginning of your live, of course, you tell everybody what you're doing, who you are, what your name is, how to order. P.S. You can do what I do. When you're ready to join, let me know, send me a message, send me an email, show them or tell them how they can contact you if they're interested in joining. People do catch the replays. Just because they're not on during your live does not mean that they're not catching replays. Talk about it throughout your life. So when I say middle, I don't mean like your live for an hour, you're going to talk about it at the 30-minute mark. So talk about it throughout your live. Incorporate it into your organic conversations. If I'm, talking about my husband, they're like, well, where's your husband? I'm like, oh, he's in the military. If I didn't have his job, I don't know how we'd be able to do this whole thing right now with him in the military, living in California, me home. Like, we don't have to worry about vacation days when he's able to come home. I'm able to pay for the house here because he's paying for the house there. I just incorporate it into the conversation. And then, of course, at the end, thank them for hanging out with you. Tell them when you're going to be live next and remind them when you're ready to join, let me know. You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. Reach out to me. I'd love to chat. No pressure. But if you're not offering the opportunity to them, then they're not going to know it's even there. Jenny, when you do your parties, how do you incorporate your business opportunity into your parties?
So I start out with I story at the beginning of everything, kind of like what I did tonight. Like, this is who I am. This is why I started it. But then I also go into the fact that I used to teach special education. I received my 5th concussion from a student, and my neurologist told me that if I got any more, that I would lose my memory by the time I was 50. And my personal children sat me down and told me, Mom, we need you around. We know you make enough with pure romance. We would rather you do that. I never believed that I could do this or make a full-time living at it. Like, I saw other people in the company doing it, but I didn't believe enough in myself until I saw myself through the eyes of people who loved me. And they said, you can do this. So I did. But I plant those little seeds all throughout. And then at one point during the
I'm just wondering how many pleasure items she has laying around the house that she has bought since she's been with Pure Romance. I mean, aren't you guys kind of wondering about that yourselves? Like, how much of this crap do you have? How much, love lotion do you have laying around? Because I'm just having a feeling that she's got a lot of stuff and can't get rid of it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just kind of thinking, because, you got to keep on with what's new out there. So you've already got to be, like buying stuff constantly. So you can then offer it to people that like, you've got the latest thing, because you don't want to use last year's dildo for sure. This year's dildo is much better.
Party. I also talk about, I'll do a recruiting game. So I get $100 bills, and our average party new consultant will make $300 a party, 375, depending on where they're at. And so I just basically say, okay, I get 2 people up. I say, Rosie Romance is the person who bought a kit. This person, Wanda Walmart, works $10, or Claire at the mall works piercing ears. And I talk about how, oh my gosh, you got to deal with all those brats and the moms and the Karens and all that, and the ears are all off. So I kind of like joke about it. And I say, and you're getting $10 an hour. You're getting it every single week. You don't have to work for it. You're just getting, like, you're getting it. You're showing up. You're going to be there. Now, Rosie Romance over here works 3 hours and she gets $300. You worked 10 hours and you get $100. So just kind of do that visual. So I do that throughout there, and then I just talk about it and I say, look, I have traumatic brain injury and am a scatterbrain. If I can do this, y'all can do it. So making it relatable to other people.
A lot of people don't believe in themselves. I know when I joined, so I typically don't have an issue with self-confidence, but sometimes I question, can I make this successful enough to where I don't have to work? And so when I was thinking about joining, I went to my husband and I said, hey, I saw this opportunity. This is what I'm thinking about doing. And he was actually the one that was like, you could totally do that. So don't be afraid of husbands. Don't be afraid of partners. Don't be afraid of moms. Sometimes they're the voice that someone might need to hear to push them to be like, I can do this and I've got support to do it. But a lot of times the one of the bigger obstacles we have, which is very sad, but it's true, is that people don't believe in themselves enough. And so you have to create some sort of not comparison, but make sure that they know maybe you felt the same way, or that maybe you have some sort of something about you that, you know, is an obstacle that you've overcome and you're still doing this, whether it be, you know, a disability or something like that.
Get you a hype girl or a hype team, someone accountable with. I've got lots of those in different areas of pure romance, but even just like friends and other people. Like when I started, my partner, he was like, he's British, so he goes, what you gonna do with all that shit in the corner? Because I had it all stacked up and I was like, had my inventory for parties and stuff. I was like, oh, bet, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. But I needed that. I needed somebody to push back for me to prove it. So, and we are our worst. Like, if you talk to your friend the way you talk to yourself in your head sometimes, y'all, you wouldn't do that. Or your daughter, would you want your daughters talking to themselves like that?
More guilt.
So do better, be better, so you can be examples for those too.
That's an amazing analogy. So I feel like you have to have, for myself, so for you, you need to know what you need. You have to know yourself, right? So for me, I need somebody to be like, Amber, what are you doing right now? I'm watching Trafficked on Netflix. No, you're going to get up out of your bed and you're going to go sit in front of your ring light and you're going to go live because you told me yesterday that you have goals and this is what you're going to do. So get up off your butt and go sit down and do your thing. And then sometimes I'm really upset because I went live and I didn't get any sales. It's really frustrating. And yeah, it's frustrating. That sucks. Like, I totally get it. Like, I hate that for you. I wish that you could just hit that viral pocket. But tomorrow you're going to go live again so you can work that algorithm and you'll keep pushing your business. So I know that I need tough love.
Okay, question here. So you got the bomb party hun who went live but didn't make any sales. So, I mean, she's not going to sit there live the entire time and not fizz something. She's going to have to fizz something. But the whole shtick is, you know, you get to have somebody fizz it for you that you picked out the little thing for them to fizz. So then she's going to have to buy more stuff once she runs out of stuff to fizz if she's not getting any sales. So you see that cycle of you just keep on buying as you're trying. That's what they want you to do, is buy and try and buy and try and buy and try until maybe one day you wake up and go like, you know what? I've sure bought a lot of crap and I haven't made a dime for it.
And I also need compassion and encouragement. So you need to find people in your life that provide those for you so that when you don't believe in yourself or when you know that you have a weakness, some soft spot in you, that those people can help push you to your potential that everybody knows that you can achieve.
Your accountability partner.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be just one. You could have multiple that give you different things. But what you don't need is somebody that's going to whine and cry with you. and complain with you. You need somebody that's gonna, yeah, listen to you for a couple minutes and then like, all right, where's the solution? What are we doing next? All right, guys. Thank you, Jenny, so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom, girlfriend. But now it's open forum time. So if anyone has any questions for myself or for Jenny, please feel free to type in. So would it be a good idea to do live events to recruit, like order some inventory and go to an event and reveal to recruit? It's always a good time to recruit. Now, I will say if you're talking about a vendor event, when you think about vendor events, I do want to tell you guys this, okay? If that's what you're talking about, Raven. Vendor events, vendor fairs, trade shows, things like that.
Nobody
even like
wants
things at your
MLM
kid's
there.
school, like any booth type of situation. Okay, I want y'all to think of those as marketing opportunities, advertising, not as sales opportunities, because you may not get the sales you're used to on a live. You may not get any sales at all, but what you do need to be getting are names and emails. You do need to have a way for them to like and follow you, whether you grab their phone and go in and you follow yourself, send a message from them to you like, hey, I'm so-and-so from X vendor event, the one with the red hair, or the one with the 10 kids, or whatever it is, to remind yourself to follow up with them later. Do that. Have them fill out forms. Great way to have them fill out forms is offer a free fizz. That gets them to come into your page and into your live. You can have a tablet with your page pulled up and they can go in and put the card payments in there. It's totally up to you. The cash payment thing is just more work for you at the end of the day. You still have to collect their email address. You still have to collect all their information in order to process it. So why not just make them put in their card information on your tablet? If they're not comfortable doing it, they can go to your website on their own phone. Everyone has phones and they can enter it in themselves. Custom cash orders, even if they give you cash and you collect all their information and go back in later and put all their information in, it's more work for you at the end of the day.
There's a really good QR creator. They have them in Canva, they have them in, like, there's all kinds of ways you could do it. Mm-hmm. For us, for vendor events, I don't do a whole lot of product at vendor events. What I do is I make connections with people. We have something called Basic Instinct, which is a roll-on, and I roll it on everybody. So I roll that on them, but it's a time to collect information and make those connections. And then we book parties. We have them, we get them in our funnel. And somebody had said having that to recruit, that's then your funnel of recruits. Yeah, Linktree, TikTok, yes, everything on a QR code. I have one link right here. So these are my little things. It's a QR code that has my Linktree on it, and my Linktree has my VIP group, my website that they can shop from, my website where they can join from, and then the digital catalog so they can see everything.
Those QR codes are game changers. I know some people have them some people, Jess and Corey both have them on their screens on their phone, like their lock screen. So all they have to do if they're talking to someone about something, they just show their screen and then they can pull up their camera. And
that's a great idea.
Great idea, because you're walking around, whatever. I cannot tell you how many times I've been at a drive-through, at a store, anywhere, always wearing my jewelry, and I always get compliments on it because our jewelry is gorgeous. And where'd you get your jewelry? That's so pretty. Or I'm wearing this sweater, like, what's Fizzy Bling Bling? And I talk to them, well, if I don't have a business card on me, here's the QR code. Besides that, business cards are like so totally 90s, okay? I'm talking like my 11 and 12-year-old daughters, okay? They're so totally 90s, and all they're gonna do is end up in the bottom of someone's purse or in the trash can. I like to include them in my orders just because I like people knowing where their stuff came from, because people do order from multiple reps. So make sure they know, like, I'm the one that sent them some cute giveaways or that packaged well and didn't send them their stuff in an envelope. So I like it for that reason. But QR codes, those pop.
And see right there where she talked about that she gave them some giveaways. That's part of the thing. Like, how much are these people actually spending? Not only on, to get the jewelry so that they can like fizz stuff and sell that to people, but on all these other things that they get to have, little free things for their customers. They're going to be spending so much more money than they're actually getting from it. I mean, I really would like to see the numbers on that. I find that really interesting. And, maybe there could be some guessing on the anti-hunt of like how much she's actually spending, because she had like some eyeshadow and she also had some like dream catchers and other things. I'm like, man, she's doing a lot. And I don't even think that she has a large team or anything, but I really don't know.
Top thing, keychain things are great. Anything like that. But yeah, so using those events as networking events is a really great idea. Yes, Angela. Yeah.
Cards and a little in every one of my orders.
Scam Chan, is that your subtle way of saying, hey, why don't you do a reaction to some pure romance videos? Because I'm game for that.
A fun little like inspirational card, a business card, and then make sure I package it up. And then if
the occasional confetti she does, which is fun.
Yeah, confetti. I mean, just listen, we don't get enough fun stuff in the mail. We get bills. We don't want. So, and our stuff is fun. Y'all's stuff is fun. You want something, something to add to it.
Be different from everybody else too. I mean, like I said earlier, there's tons of reps people could buy from. There's tons of reps people do buy from. They buy from multiple reps, especially on TikTok. Be the one that stands out. Be the one that does have confetti in your bag. Be the one that does include, something.
Spend more money.
Like those little mini nail files. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be anything you're spending a lot of money on, but just something extra.
Oriental trading is great for big stuff. I did Treat Your Taco Tuesday sale, and I probably spent $50 on, where's all my stuff? It's like taco notepads, taco Mardi Gras beads, little stickers that go on, all those water bottles that everybody has that you can put the stickers on. I put like tacos on there. That was a fun little play on words. So.
I want to point out, y'all, Jenny. So two things. One, I actually found her because I was invited to her group from I used to be a police dispatcher. My supervisor's wife, Amber, invited me to this group, first of all, which is crazy. Anyway, secondly, once I was in the group, Jenny has tons of Wonder Woman. You can't see my Wonder Woman stuff because I have this board of the place. Two, she's an educator, and I didn't know that until tonight. But let me tell you something. People vibe with people that are like them. And so I don't know. I just always liked her. I don't know. She's just always been somebody I trusted. And then I find out she's an educator, and I was like, well, no wonder. Because I was an educator too. I worked with special needs kids. I've worked in preschool. So just be yourself. Be yourself is all I'm saying. Be yourself, because you're going to draw people, even though they may not know why they're drawn to you. You're going to draw in your people. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. It really means a lot to me that you guys are committed not only to the team, but to yourselves. Continuing education and any sort of training that you can absorb is always going to boost your business. It could be anything that's.
Now I have a surprise for you guys, that there's another short video after this one. And it's just kind of an add-on, but I haven't seen it. And I have a feeling it's going to be equally as cringy.
That during any sort of training, and you pick out just one thing, and that one thing could inspire you and could change your business forever. So anytime that there's trainings available, I take part in them. But if you want to reach out to me, please feel free to. If you want to reach out to Jenny, I'm sure she'd be happy for me to share the group with you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll send you my link tree that they can see everything on there.
Awesome. Perfect. So I'll post that to the team group as well. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate all of your wisdom. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. It was great seeing y'all.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Adios, everybody. Oreo method is unconstructive criticism versus constructive criticism and praise. The Oreo method, I love. It is like the best leadership tool ever. So you see the Oreo awesomeness could be improved, more awesomeness, which I love because that's exactly what it is. So you've got your Oreo, your top layer, your middle, and your bottom layer. So you need to be sandwiching.
So basically, it's the compliment sandwich. They've just changed it to be the Oreo method. My husband refers to the compliment sandwich like all the time. So I just think it's hilarious that they've now changed it to an Oreo. It's the same damn thing.
What I would call constructive criticism. We never want to do negative criticism. Negative criticism gonna bog people down, defeat them. You want to do a praise, a positive criticism, and then a praise. How do you feel when someone sends you a PM thanking you for something you did or telling them what a great job that you did? How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you want to keep going? Now think of how you feel when you get a
hurt or direct or rude, insensitive private message pointing out just all the mistakes you've made. This applies in relationships too, y'all. You can use this with your kids, you can use this with your partner, you can use this with your friends. If you're not reaching out in a positive way, people are immediately going to shut down and not listen to you. And the thing is that we want to help our team be successful. We have skin in the game because if they're successful, it helps us too, which is the incentive for us to help them. We don't have to necessarily, like, to the point that I'm instructing you guys to right in this live right now. If you're going to help somebody, do it in a way that's constructive and positive, and not in a way where they're going to want to leave or they're going to feel defeated or they're going to get upset or feelings hurt. Now, can you control everyone's feelings? Even if you try your best to be nice or whatever, some people are just negative, can't be pleased. It doesn't matter what you say to them. They're going to fly off the handle and everything's going to be a negative criticism to them, no matter what you say. But for the most part, if you use this Oreo method, it's the best method that I found to really help get the point across what improvements need to be made, while also explaining to them what awesome things they've been doing. So if someone messages you with something negative, picking things, all of the positive emotion that you could have had if they would have used the Oreo method goes away. You feel criticized, you feel underappreciated, you feel like nothing you do is good enough, because the majority of the time when people are going live and just like they're trying, I would venture to say they're trying hard. They may not know all the things yet, especially if they're new. But just pushing that live button sometimes is the hardest thing for people to do. So if they are trying and you go to them with some negative nitpicking feedback, why even try? Why should I even try then? You know what I mean? You don't want people to feel that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich our corrections or positive constructive criticism between two honest positive statements. Okay, so awesomeness could be improved, more awesomeness. So, hey, last time I did a review for you, we had talked about utilizing those keywords. And when I was doing your review today, you are killing it on the keywords. I am so excited. I see people interacting with you already, and you keep doing that. You're doing so good. One of the things I noticed that we need to improve on is your interactive posts. So you're using the keywords in your posts and things, but you're not really utilizing the interaction posts where people are going to come down and actually comment, not just like or scroll by. You want people to actually click in and comment. So let's work on some interaction posts. I'm going to send you a couple as examples, and then I want you to go like dig into Google and see what you can find and get creative. You might consider doing a this or that post with the jewelry. You might consider doing a this or that post, you know, if you're into food, or you might consider asking their opinion on something. That's going to really help boost your business. And so let's work on that. If you need help with that, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you. I'm so excited for your business. I've noticed you've been going live 3 to 4 times a week. That is huge. I am so excited for you. You are just going to keep blowing and going and doing amazing if you keep up this great momentum. I'm so proud of you. Reach out to me if you need anything. Do y'all notice how I had a positive praise that they're doing, something they need to work on, but I still put it in a positive way? And then the last thing was more awesomeness, things that they're doing great, either something they improved on or just something I've noticed that is going to be great for them in their business. That's how I do it. That is what I found works the best when you're talking to people. Now, as you get to know them more, you can be more direct. Like Ken and I have been friends for 2.5 years now. When we talk, we're very direct with each other.
just because we know each other, we know our hearts, we kind of know each other better, so our interaction's different. So as you get to know your downlines and you become friends, or at least you get to know them and their personalities better, you can be maybe a little bit more direct with them. But the newer reps that you don't know yet, or the reps that you know, your downlines that you know are more sensitive, this approach is going to be a game changer for you. It is really going to help you be the leader that is going to inspire and not tear down. Okay, there's a difference between, you know, a boss and a mentor. You're not there to criticize them. You're not there to tell them all the things they're doing wrong. You're there to motivate. You're there to help. You're there to encourage and inspire. If you're finding
Oh my gosh, you're there to motivate, encourage, and inspire. That's your job. Wow. And they talk about, you know, corporate America, you work for a manager. I mean, I'm hoping that your manager does more for you than motivate and inspire you. That just sounds like not much help. We're just there to motivate and inspire.
yourself in a position where people are leaving your team, or you're hearing a lot of negative feedback from your team, or people aren't even talking to you at all, or then it might be time to take a check on yourself and how you are interacting with your team and how you are helping them, because it really makes a huge difference. So you want to make sure that you are encouraging and growing and inspiring your team, and not putting them down to the point where they feel like they can't do something that they totally could.
Okay, so that was that one. I mean, it was really just a compliment sandwich. That's all it is. It's nothing new, but she's making it sound like, oh my gosh, this has just used the Oreo method. But that is something that it has just been thought of. Nope, it's been around for many, many years. Just had a different name on it. That's all. Anyway, that's what I had for you guys today. Just, you know, some training by some bomb party hun, and I didn't realize the other one was a pure romance hun. So we had a double whammy there. Anyway, I am going to continue on, take out the Bubby Wumpkin children and all of that. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, your night, whatever it is for you. Thank you for those of you who participated in the chat. Thanks to the lurkers and to the people watching the replay. Thank you ever so much. Be on the lookout for my Beachbody video that should be coming out, hopefully, fingers crossed, Monday, because I did record all the audio today, and I just have to edit that and then put in all my B-roll stuff. So you guys have a wonderful one. And also, thank you very much for my mods. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, you're beautiful and I love you. Until next time. See you later. Bye.